Welcome to Trustee Talk. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dick Murgatroyd, and our guest today is Dee Stone, who is the Vice President of the Anderson Township Trustees. I always look forward to your visit. Doesn't seem like it's been a long time since we visited, but it hasn't been, I guess, only a few months.
But
yeah.
We have to catch up.
But we do have to catch up.
Yeah, we do have to catch up.
We really do. And we're going to catch up today because we're going to talk about Senior Center, the Senior Center, which I'm excited to hear.
Senior Center. It's been 1 year.
Has it been that long?
1 year since we took it over. We took over the operations of it as a township. And, you know, it was kind of a test case. How are we going to do this? And we managed to staff it with, you know, part-time people. So it's open every day, or Monday through Friday from 9 to 2. And we have a great staff. I mean, the people who run it are very dedicated. I know the seniors think a lot of them. They love them. And it's going really well.
Good.
Really, really well.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
we have
good
more
news.
people coming. Last month, or the month of June, we had a record number of lunches we served. I think it was over 700 lunches.
Wow.
And prior to our taking it over, it was about 400. So we have a lot more people coming. Best deal in town for senior, it's $1 for a lunch.
That's pretty, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that anywhere.
No.
All you can get at McDonald's is a Coke, so
yeah.
for $1. So
$1.06.
$1, yeah. And it's a good looking lunch too. I've had it a couple times. It's like, wow. I mean, you get the whole salad and bread and, you know, vegetable and meat and the whole thing.
That's great though.
Yeah, it's good. And you know, there's some programming. We're looking to add more. I know I was over there last week, and there's an art painting class, watercolor class, every Thursday. Lots of talent in that room too. It's it's any level can come because the other people will kind of help you along. People that have done it before can guide you. So if you're a beginner, you're welcome. If you have a lot of experience, you're welcome. Everybody just sits around and paints, and then kind of
I think
encourages.
That's something seniors crave. I mean, I think they want to have things to do.
Right.
And a lot of people have, especially if they have that talent, they don't have a chance to express that.
Right.
I mean, just sitting at home.
Right.
I mean, you know, I guess some could, but being in a group, I think in a group, there's a lot of synergy that just happens being in a group of people and doing things together. And I think,
they have conversations. It's like, you know, you're painting, but you're, you know, carrying on conversations about what's going on in the world. So they have a great time. And then there's also a woodworking class.
Oh my gosh.
And they do some great work too. And then there's, we just installed a ping pong table. So if anybody wants to play ping pong, it's brand new up there. I got to play the other day. And then the lunches, and then we bring in programming. There's always, you know, sometimes we bring in an artist or, you know, different people to talk. So there's always lots of things going on. So.
Well, I think because it keeps them involved.
Exactly.
I think that's the key. I think the importance for
seniors.
seniors.
It gets people out of their homes, you know, out of their apartments, and they can come there, socialize, see their friends, and then there is transportation. You know, you can call and there's a transportation that will come pick you up. Yeah. So it's just worked out very, very well. And we're very pleased. We're very pleased.
Well, you should be, and God bless you for doing that, because I think there's a huge need. There isn't enough of that going on, and for Anderson to take that on, which really wasn't part of your responsibility at the time.
The sad thing is, and a lot of other ones closed because this company that was running ours and a lot of other ones, they pulled out. So others senior centers around the area have closed. We chose to stay open. The Seniors United came to one of our board meetings and pleaded their case, and so we as staff and trustees decided, we're going to give it a try, and it's working very well. We have a Senior Center Advisory Committee that just started meeting probably 3 months ago, and we're looking at, okay, how can we make it grow? What can we do? Really, my goal and all of our goal would be to make it self-sustaining. It's like, what kind of things is there? Because we already have a foundation as a township. You know, can we get donations from, you know, kids whose, you know, their parents attend the senior center instead of giving a gift to their mom every year at Christmas, make a donation to the senior center, which is where
I mean, that's because I get now. So there's no charge to the seniors now to use it. So that's free.
Well, like I said, the lunch is $1.
Well, the lunches, but I mean,
now there is a yearly membership fee. I think it's maybe, don't quote me, it might be like $35, $35 or $40 for the year. No,
that's
it's not bad at all.
But I think that I would think that families would be thrilled to help support something like that, because it is something that is really needed and necessary, and they can't do it. I mean, they don't have time to do it.
Well, they may be living in California.
Right.
You know, so it's like,
and
okay.
so they can't do it, but so I mean, I gotta believe. Plus, I think even companies would be willing to support something like that. I mean, I think.
So we're working on, how can we make that happen?
Because right now you all are pretty much funding.
Yeah, we're funding it. You know, we pay CAS, the Council on Aging or whatever it's called, to. They come in and do the lunches, and they do the transportation. We have a contract with them.
So that good. Okay.
And then there's more than that. You know, the cost of the employees are at our cost. You know, we're funding that as the township. But if we could get some private donations to make it self-sustaining and grow it. I mean, maybe we could have longer hours if we had, more donations to.
Yeah.
So.
Now, weekends, are you doing anything on weekends at all? Is it just
no,
weekdays?
we don't do on weekends, just weekdays.
Which is
right now.
probably appropriate.
But, it's 9 to 2 now. It'd be nice if we could maybe extend the hours or, so we have ideas, but just trying to see what we can do to, tweak it a little bit and make it better.
Well, if you've sustained a year and you've learned a lot in that year's time, I'm sure now it's a matter of just how can we make it better? How can we?
Right. Well, also the Senior Center Advisory Committee, we're doing a big survey that we're putting together now. It will be going out the end of August, I think.
Good.
And we're hoping anyone fills it out. Not only seniors, but we're all going to be seniors one of these days.
Exactly.
It's like, what would you like to see? There's all kinds of questions on there. We hope everyone in the township will fill it out, or anybody that uses the senior center, even if they don't live in the township. So.
Well, and I think too, families. I mean, because normally the family, if it may be the daughter, in our case, mostly daughter, the daughter becomes sort of the coordinator of their parents' needs and lives eventually. But I would think they would welcome the opportunity to have input also, because of the fact that that's a huge part of the life of that senior.
Right.
To have some place to go.
Right.
And to get out of the house and to be able to do something, and instead of sit at home.
Right.
So I mean, and what we do with Visiting Angels, I mean, that part of, if they're capable and if they can get out, I mean, our ladies that work for us do everything they can to get them out 2 or 3 times a week, and just take them somewhere, just to lunch, even, just to get out. One lady loves to go to Walmart. She just loves to see the people. Doesn't buy anything, but she just loves to see people.
Right.
But you know what? That's for her.
Exactly.
It's great. I mean, so having a place like that you have, where you can, and they can get to it, is terrific. I mean, I can't say enough good things about that. I'm going to be one someday, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm not planning on it soon, except I'm getting closer every day. So I guess I should start thinking about that.
Yes, we all are. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's going well, and we're very, very pleased.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So what I guess can are there ways people can get involved in this? I mean, as far as the township's concerned.
Yeah, there are. I mean, and they can call us, and we can hook them up with the senior center director right now. Her name's Claire O'Connell, and she can, there's opportunities to come in, and if you have a skill you want to share with the seniors, like you want to lead a class on how to set up a website or something. There's opportunities there. We're just trying to add in. So yeah, I'm sure we can put people.
Is there a website for the?
There's not a specific website.
Okay,
no.
It would be.
But they do have their own little pamphlet that goes out every month listing all the activities. And there's a ton of activities.
Now, are those also on the? I know your Facebook page is pretty popular because there's a lot on there.
There may be a link to that on the Facebook page. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think if there's a place they can
go
and find out if there's something they really like. Do they do any? I don't know. I mean, take them out to ball games.
There's all kinds of trips. All the trips go fast.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of they go to ball games, they go to museums, they go to shows, sometimes it's just a matter of going to lunch. They get a group and say, okay, everybody, let's just go to lunch, pick a restaurant, and they go to lunch. But it's outings, and it's
Well, because I think that's good. I see at the pub, I eat there a lot, and that some days, I mean, there are tables of 15 and 20, and you know they must be some part of some senior group, and there's usually one soul there that's kind of leading the pack.
Right. Oh,
you know,
good.
but they have the best time, and
Good.
they just, you know, they are. I think the other day there was a table. I bet they had 25.
Wow, that's a big group.
You know, folks that obviously were of that age group, and they were having the best time of their lives.
Good.
And the gal that was there, I assume was in charge. She was kind of in control, but she was leading the pack. But I think that those kind of things are really fun, really good, and if they go to some, you know, you all have the theater here, and there's an opportunity that they could go to a.
Right. Well, and I know the school district now offers, if you're over 60, a gold pass to all the school district sporting events.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a chance to get out and go to see a high school football game.
Absolutely.
You know,
and a lot of them got grandkids. And
exactly.
That are playing.
Exactly. And that's, if anyone's interested in that, you can call the school district. So I know that I just saw something they're offering that now.
Oh, are they?
For the next season. Yeah.
So they can do that also.
Yeah.
So if they want to, they can always look and find what's going on or call that center even.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah,
just
if you
ask.
call, I think they will send you the schedule.
Okay.
Or direct you where to go to get it on online.
How many you're serving now? You said about 700.
700 lunches last month. On any given day, there's probably at least 40 or 50 people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
it's a good crowd.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah.
Now you still have it in the same
location. It's off Beachmont Avenue, behind the Beachmont Avenue Fire Station.
Okay.
So, yeah, right back. Unfortunately, there's not a very good sign, so it's behind the fire station on Beachmont Avenue. If you go back there, you'll run right into it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. I mean, I'm happy to hear that's going well. I think that's worthwhile, and I'm glad you all decided that was a. You know,
we are too.
You know, something you should do. I think that means a lot.
Yeah.
So and then the next thing now is just to kind of look for funding possibilities and how you can, you know, keep it moving and keep it up and running. And
if anyone wants to make a major donation to the senior center, we will be happy to take it.
The door is open, folks.
The door is open.
Help them out.
Allowed to take it. Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything exciting? The budget is doing okay?
Yeah, the budget's doing okay. The new CFI, the continuous flow intersection, that's all up and running.
It's coming along pretty good.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people
still
thought, but I'll tell you, now that it's up and running, and now that I think people are getting used to it, and now that there was a few little bugs to it when it first opened.
There were.
But I think all the signs are up now. I think when it first opened, people didn't realize they could turn right on red, or they could, you know, where you turn right and then there's that second light. They didn't realize that you just really needed to do a quick stop and check, but you don't have to stop at that light. But there was no sign to indicate that, so everybody was stopping, and it's like, so the continuous flow wasn't being very continuous. So
no, I mean, because I noticed they put up, because I use it because I go to lunch every day now at the pub, but because now they've added a little square sign that I noticed just has been added, and when that's on, obviously you don't want to go forward on red.
Then you can't go on
red.
But
if that's off, you can turn right on red.
That's because if it's on, it's probably because there's someone's pressed the
because
crosswalk
I think
and there's a pedestrian.
Yeah, either that, or I know, like in the case on 5 Mile, when it's on, it's because the folks across there are turning left.
They're
doing a left turn.
Going,
So they're in that continuous flow at that point. So they don't want us interfering with that. Except I see some people do it anyway.
Well, and you know what?
Because they're not paying attention.
They're not paying attention, and there have been a couple accidents. And I mean, the big thing with why this intersection was built in the first place, because that was the highest,
the worst. Oh my gosh,
the worst in the county
terrible
accidents. We've had a couple accidents since this has started, but the ones I know about have been driver error. I mean, people running a red light. It's like, well, that's gonna.
They're not paying attention.
You have to pay attention.
I see
yes,
all the time, but because it really is. It's very, and the wait is not that long. And if you just watch,
right. So
yes.
I
But
mean,
that's good. I'm
right?
glad.
We can, we'll know in a year are accidents down like they were expected to go. We'll have the data.
I
In
think
fact,
it will
in
be.
6 months we'll know whether.
Yeah, I think.
So I mean, so far as the last time I asked, it had been open 7 weeks, and there had been 2 accidents, and that was down considerably of what would be
I
in
think
that
it's great.
period.
I at the time, as when we were talking about this over the year or so, it was trying to figure out how it worked because of the way they explained it. You kept thinking, how can that possibly be? But it does work.
It does work.
It really does,
It does
and
work.
it's like I said, if you pay attention, you very seldom are held up.
Right.
The line queue is not that long, and now that you can do the continuous right turn, as long as there's nobody
Right, as long as that smaller
across the way
sign-
that is, yeah.
Correct.
So you
It's
have to
not
watch
lit up.
that little sign.
Yeah.
So that's the key. But
So
so congratulations on that.
that's working, and then we're getting the property at the corner of Wolf Avenue and Beachmont, the
Lots of
Kroger
activity
out
there.
parcel. That's moving along, which is great. I mean, that's all been graded. Then I guess it's moving, which is great because that was, sitting there empty for a while, and they tore down what was there.
But
and then,
I'm sure they were waiting on because I know there's a lot of activity on Beachmont everywhere you look. I mean, there's a lot of construction going on, a lot of activity, and I know that they're working on the streetscape improvements.
Correct.
and lighting and traffic signals and also I think they started kind of trying to eliminate some of those curb cuts.
Yes, that's starting soon.
On
that's
Beachmont,
that's
'cause that's going to
There's
make
gonna
a
be
huge difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Elimination of some of the, mainly between, I think it's really the 5 Mile and Asbury at this point, where it's going to start. The lane's going to be narrower, but it's only a foot. It's not a big,
No.
but it's going to be a little narrower so that we can add sidewalks. So to make it, the whole concept is downtown Anderson. Make it a little more walkable so that when people come up, they can, walk up the street and go to Buffalo Wild Wings or, safer for walkers. And then like you said, the streetscape, lower lighting. We cannot, unfortunately, get rid of all the power poles.
No,
everybody wishes we could.
You can't.
But
The
it's
cost
so
would be astronomical.
It's cost prohibitive.
It would be.
So there'll be lower lighting poles, so your eye will be drawn down to make it look nicer. It's kind of like what is on Clough, the Clough Business District.
Yeah.
They have the nice poles
Yeah.
and the banners on them. So it would be something similar to that. It's going to be nice when it's done.
It will be, and it's going to make it much safer. I think that's always the issue when you have a corridor like that, because of all the interruptions that were put in early on that create the accident issues for them. Once those are gone, it'll make that corridor much safer, I think, for everybody.
Right.
Also, and then like I said, there's just a lot of new things going. What's going to happen in Colonel Sanders' place?
I've heard rumors, but I can't. I don't know. I know that there was.
I'm sure something.
I'm sure something. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure something's going in
There
that
aren't many.
spot. That's a good spot.
It is a great spot, and when you go down Beachmont, there's not many empty spots anymore.
Right.
Pretty much, most of them are pretty well, filled in, and restaurants are getting better all the time, and.
Well, we're excited about the out parcel that Kroger's doing on
Which
that
will be-
corner of Beachmont and Wolf Angle, because there's some good
That's gonna be
tenants
nice.
coming in there.
That's going to be nice.
Eagle Restaurant, which is downtown and over the Rhine, the fried chicken that everybody loves. So we're getting some
That's going to be
good
really
restaurants
nice.
in there.
And the new stuff in the center, the K's and
Oh, yeah.
Verizon and
The new Starbucks.
and, Starbucks and that are
Sky
all
Zone.
are
Sky
all
Zone.
are all
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
up and running, and
Right, everything's
and,
up and running. Bar Louie's, the movie theater. It's
and
there's
it
some
and
good
it
stuff
didn't
going on.
create any problems that people were concerned about. I
No,
mean, the
it's-
traffic is not a problem, and people are using them, and which is
Well, now that the construction is over, things are moving.
Well,
When
yeah, I mean, the
and during
construction obviously was-
construction,
yeah,
right, it was like,
but-
okay, yeah, it's a mess.
yeah.
But now all the entrances, most of them are open and traffic's moving, and yeah.
Because I think Starbucks, the one up on further up on Beachmont, biggest challenge they have is people get
Right.
out into the street, trying to in line to get because of the way that's configured, which the good thing with this one is it's off of the
it's all in the parking lot.
It's all inside
Right.
the parking area, and it's easy for people to line up and go. But I mean, I think it's exciting. Lots of
It
good
is exciting.
stuff.
Yeah, there's
Lots
a lot
of
going
good
on.
stuff going on, and any news? Farmers market. How's the farmers market going?
Farmers
I know
market. Yeah, thank you
they
for
made some
mentioning that because
changes.
they made some changes. It's basically the farmers are renting the spots. They're kind of running themselves. There's still the live music every week, which is awesome. You know, there's maybe 7 or 8 vendors there on a regular basis, and the shadow bread's there, which their bread's fabulous. So yeah, I mean, I would encourage people to come and attend because the more people attend, then it can grow.
Yeah.
So, and the live music is great. So
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. This goes back to when I used to do the Anderson Speaks, or what the heck was that? Was that what that was called?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I remember because at that time, they had people doing actually cooking and
Right.
doing some stuff at the farmers market, which was kind of neat. But that not there anymore.
No, that's not there anymore.
Okay.
I don't think. But I mean, it could be. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, as it grows, maybe that stuff can come back. But
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Because
so,
it was a really it's a good farmers market, and it was then, and I haven't been this summer, but it, you know.
Yeah, I went a couple weeks ago. The band was awesome. Got some great stuff.
Well, that's good though.
So, yeah.
And that's Saturdays,
Saturdays from 9 to noon.
9 to noon.
Yeah.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
deal. I'm glad that's going
Yeah.
on because that's nothing like fresh
Nothing like fresh
victuals.
kale. I had
Oh,
some
yeah.
really good kale the other day.
Yeah, I
It
mean
was
that's
great.
good. Well, you got enough farmers to be able to furnish the product. That's the
Mhm.
key. So that's
Yeah.
Belterra area doing well. I mean,
Belterra's
is that
doing great. Yeah. It's growing, getting bigger crowd. They're doing a Saturday night event there every other Saturday night. There's a live band and Park After Dark, it's called. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Free, you know.
that's great.
At the front of the grandstands. A lot of people are going down. So there's a lot more activity down there now.
Which is
so
good.
It's great.
And the food's good.
And the food's very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. So I know that there was some talk about on cell towers. What's anything happening there with cell towers at this point?
I know at last I recall we put, I think, trying to get some kind of moratorium on the big tall ones, you know, that cell tower operators can just come in and plop them wherever
Yeah.
they want in the right of way. So we are working on making it so that's not possible.
Good.
I mean, not that we don't want cell towers, but
No,
we need
but I
some
mean,
control.
But
It's like the way it
where
was.
yeah.
Right, the way it was going is like you could just put one, as long as there's a right of way, a cell tower operator can just put one there. It's like, wait, you know, we want some control over that. It's our township. We want some control
I
over
think
where they go.
that's
So,
proper because otherwise, it looks like
well, right.
they could be anywhere.
We need less towers, we're trying to get rid of all the high eyesores,
Right.
not add more. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so, yeah.
Good. Well, so you're making some headway on that. Good deal.
Yeah.
The
Veterans Memorial.
Veterans Memorial, is that
is
coming close
No,
to?
yeah, that's
it's done.
It's almost done.
Almost done.
done. Yeah, and the dedication ceremony will be August 3rd at 7 p.m. This has been 9 years in the making, and trustees before me, Russ Jackson, he helped raise funds for it. I know Belterra, Kroger, the American Legion Post 318, and Don Bishops, who's associated with that. A lot of people spent a lot of time, raising funds for it and designing it. My fellow trustees, Josh Girth and Andrew Pappas, they helped raise funds for it last year over the holidays. So it's done. And now the dedication ceremony, we're very excited. It looks very, very nice.
Just from what I saw, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of things there. I mean, you can gives you a great place for some programming.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for Veterans Day and Memorial Day.
We do our
sort.
Memorial Day service
so
there every year. So we're thrilled.
And that's all pretty much private funding.
Private funding.
Paid for.
Yeah. Private funding and donations and
Good.
So we're thrilled.
That's good. Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
That's,
thank you.
Good friends. Crescent Springs over in Kentucky built a beautiful, really phenomenal monument to 9/11.
Oh.
And the gal that designed that just did it's really spectacular. If you ever have a chance to see it, it's probably in the country. There's probably nothing like it.
Wow.
But it's just really phenomenal. And but that was all done with private private funds, and it took a while.
Yeah, it does take a while, but we want, our veterans deserve it. So
They do.
And it's nice to have that here at the Anderson Center, in the center of the township, a place where people can come. And
yeah. So that's good.
And both high schools now. I know Anderson High School has a veterans wall of all people that attended Anderson High School, attended or worked there. There's a big wall with names on it, and Turpin, with their new construction, is going to be adding one.
Great.
So if anyone's a Turpin grad that's a veteran or knows of one, they're going to be looking for names.
Great.
So yeah,
Great.
Both schools.
That's good. Well, the more we can remember them, the more that we can say thanks, the better off it is.
Exactly.
That's good. And speaking of schools, I guess new school is coming along.
New school, Wilson's new, and the other 8 are under construction. Well, Ayer and Sherwood and Nagel, I believe, are done. Wilson will be done, as far as I know, when school starts, or close to it. Anderson and Turpin are going to be a year from now when they'll be done, but there's construction that will be happening all during the school year. So lots of construction in the schools too. There's just construction all over.
There is,
Anderson
everywhere you
Township
look.
right now.
Everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Parks program, lots going on there.
Lots going on in the parks. Lots
plays,
of good programming.
Yeah, when this plays back, I think Anderson Days will be over, because this plays back in August. So Anderson Days will be over, and which is always a great event.
But the park still does. I live close to Beach Acres, so I happened to walk through. They do Wednesdays, grilled cheese in the park. It was packed.
Really?
With kids and moms, and they make grilled cheese right there, and there's a band, and
they
have that great water park over there now for kids. It was packed. It was so fun. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, if I still had young kids, that'd be where I'd be, getting my kids grilled cheese.
We've had a good summer so far.
Yeah, we have.
We've had a good bit of rain, but rain's helped, of course. But the fact that
excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank
you. It's been a good summer for being able to be outside and be able to enjoy the parks. So that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, in our parks, we have great parks.
Well, what fun you're having. How can you stand all this fun?
I am having fun, yeah.
That's good, though.
Yeah. And on my way in here, I stopped at the Anderson Township History Room, which I just wanted to give that a plug. That's open Tuesdays from 6 to 9 in the evening, and Wednesdays and Sundays from 1 to 4. If people haven't been there, they have great, interesting stuff over there, and very well-knowledge staff that know about Anderson history, and there's older pictures of different neighborhoods or buildings, and it's great to see. So
that's a good thing. Nice. I thought I saw you sitting in there.
Yeah.
There she is over there. Are we doing the show over there? No, we
weren't.
I'm
like,
we weren't doing the show. Well, I'll put one plug in that folks, if they want to find out what's going on, they can go into the andersontownship.org and then click on the Facebook icon. Correct. And then that will take them to the Facebook page, which will have
updated.
It's updated and lots of good stuff on it, but it's continuous. So that's a good place to find out what's happening. And then I thought I'd throw in a plug for all the volunteers that you all, I know, treasure, that are serving on committees.
Yeah, we have a lot of volunteers that help. We had a lot of volunteers with our July 4th parade, which was great this year. The weather, it was a nice cloud cover.
It was perfect day.
It was perfect weather.
Day. It really was.
Yeah, it was fun.
But you're blessed because you have a lot of people that really devote a lot of time and their talents. And volunteers, really, if you can do it without them, because you can't afford to pay all those people. So.
That's what the history room. Those are all volunteers sitting in there.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Always a pleasure. Yeah. So we'll see you. I guess I'll see you.
We'll see you in 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah. Whenever that is.
Which will be here before we know it.
I know. We'll be here before we know it.
I know.
We'll be talking about
it's
Thanksgiving or something.
Much too fast.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's always good. Like I said, good to see you. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
To Anderson Township.
You're welcome. It's glad to be here.
Very important. Yeah, it is. That's an important thing. So, and you have a fun group.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you really do.
We do. Great
Pappas,
staff,
I don't
too.
know. Pappas is a character, but I mean, other than
we have a great staff. We have a very dedicated staff. We're very fortunate.
For you do an awful lot with a very few people. I think that's terrific.
Yeah.
So that you do that. But anyway, thanks a lot for being here.
You're welcome.
We thank you for being with us today, and I hope you enjoyed it, and that making us part of your day, and that the rest of your day is going to go just terrific for you. In the meantime, I'm Dick Murgatroyd, and on behalf of our producer and director, Shane Reinert, we do invite you to join us for our next session of the Trustee Talk here on ACTV. And I think our guest then will be Josh Girth. So he's the president of the Board of Trustees, and he will be here to talk about more exciting things happening in Anderson Township. Meantime, have a great week. Take care. Thanks for joining us.